Merhaba. Starfield bölüm 22. Selamlar, hoş geldin. 22 bölüm oynamışım ya. Of. 22 kez ya daha doğrusu yayın açmışım Starfield için. Kafa döndü vallahi ama ilerleyeceğiz bakalım. Bugün bir güncelleme geldi oyuna. Ne yaptılar hiç bilmiyorum. Güncellemeyi yaptım. TR çalışıyor. Onu söyleyeyim. Yani bu bölüm içerisinde. Şu anlık Türkçemede bir sıkıntı yok. Bakalım bir oynayacağız. Ne yapacağız? Göreceğiz. Çok değişik görevler varmış bu arada. Forumlarda bakarken hani bilgi vereyim. Yeni güncelleme gelmiş aynen daha yeni. 2 GB mı 3 GB bir şey. Ama DLSS resmi olarak yok. Küçük optimizasyon problemleri gidermek falan demişler. Oyunda bir tane gezegende, spoiler vermeyeyim, çok güzel bir yan hikaye varmış. Onu öğrendim. Mutlaka gidin diyorlar oraya. Dur bakayım nerede bu? Heh. Tamam baktım şimdi şöyle kenarda duruyordu da. Bakalım nerede bulacağız o gezegeni. Leveli de epey yüksek bir gezegen. Bir dakika nasıl gidildiğine bir daha bakayım da şöyle. New Game Plus'ta giderim artık oraya da. Neyin üstünde? Heh, tamam buldum. Şimdi şöyle bakayım. Heh, bunu bulduk. Kyrix gezegeninin yukarısından böyle çıkıyormuşuz. Şu mu? Galiba o zaman şu. Kaç? 55 level. 65 gösteriyor. Başka var mı? Bu değil. Heh bu. Buldum. Bu gezegen. Tamam şimdi chatime dönebilirim. Bu gezegende çok güzel bir yan görev zinciri başlıyormuş. Ve benim oraya keşfetmem lazım, gitmem lazım. Cherry Bits diye bir şey. Ne demekse neresiyse. Atlayabilirim aslında. Şu Zosma'ya atlayıp oradan böyle bir gidebilirim ama levelim çok üstü. Ben 41 levelim, bu 65 level. Çok büyük duruyor şu gezegen. Çok gezegen var ya. Şurada çok güzel bir yan görev varmış. Hani oynayacak olanlar bunu böyle buradan not alsın. Öyle diyor forumda. Mutlaka yapın demişler bu görevi. Yani ben New Game Plus'a bırakacağım artık onu. Not aldım kendim onu bilgisayarıma. Şimdi şurada bir şey keşfettim. Ona bakacağım. Şunlardan yapacağım. Berilyum ve kablo. Berilyum ve kablom var mı acaba? Böyle bir sürü malzeme bıraktık ya. Bunlarla uğraşmasam, gidip satın mı alsam? Ha şimdi bak gezegen levelleri. Ya bizim şu oyunda bir kendi levelimiz var ya. Mesela ben şu an 41 seviyedeyim. 41. levele gelmişim. Onunla alakalı. Düşmanlar daha güçlü çıkıyor. Hatta bak tam benim levelim nerede? İsmimin altında hemen. Logonun üstünde şurada duruyor. Hani düşmanlar daha zorlu. Ben öyle bir iki tane 50 levelli gezegene gittim. Düşmanlar hemen ölmüyor. Bir fark o yani. Şimdi ben burada nasıl malzeme bulacağım? Hiç ben bunlarla uğraşmayayım. Böyle yapalım. Şunları takip et vardı değil mi? Tamam. Alüminyum, kablo, berilyum lazım. Tamam. Bunları buraya takacağım. İzledim de nasıl mekan geliştiriliyor diye onları öğrendim. Mesela bunun üst seviyesi varmış. Daha büyükleri. Buna malzemem var. Buna da var. Ha, bilim kasası. Kaçak. Ha, kaçak ön bellek. Ha, bak bunlar varmış. Tamam. Güzel. Ha, cephane, soğutucu, depolama. Ha, tamam. Bak bunlar hiç ben dikkat etmemiştim böyle sağa sola gittiğini. Daha neler göreceğiz. Mobilyaların farklı türleri varmış. Ben bu yatağı kurdum da daha böyle havalı yatak varsa bu ne lan hastane yatağı. Ha. Oo çok güzel. Ranza. Aa bak bu güzel işte. Tam aile için uygun. Robotlar var. Tamam. Taretleri kurmuştum. Taretleri kurun diyorlar. Onu izledim. Korsanlar gelip mekanını soyabiliyorlarmış oyunda. Böyle bir olay varmış. Ben nasıl şu binanın benim... Ha bak saldırıyor benim şeyler. Yaratıklara saldırıyor benim taretler bak. Aa şu taret bozulmuş mu? Yo. Bak bak bak. Benim şu eleman saldırıyor. Taretler saldırıyor bak bak bak bak. Buraya korsanlar gelebiliyormuş. Korsanlar geldiğinde taret önemliymiş. Bu taret bozuldu mu? Aa burada bir taret vardı. Ne oldu o tarete? Benim eleman bak orada kalmış salak herif. Bu kim? Ha bu da yardımcı. Abi ben şunlara bir silah vereyim ya. Dur ya size abi bir silah vereyim ben. Bir şunu al. Bir şunu vereyim. Size şunu vereyim. Bunlara silahsız gezdirilmez abi ya. Allah Allah. Dur lan neredesiniz? Allah'ın tipleri silahsız geziyorlar etrafta. Saldırı bittiyse şunlara silah vereyim hemen. İyi tamam gitmiş. Abla. Dur. Ateş etme etme. Etme etme. Bunu kurtarayım önce. Bak bak bak. Bir güzel aksiyon yaşanıyor burada. Hadi lan kalksana. Bakmıyor hiçbir şey yapmıyor. Bu taret bir işe yaradı mı? Oğlum önüne gelen yaratığa saldırıyorlar. Yapmayın ya. Abla dur gel. Gitme gitme sana silah vereceğim gel. Hı. Ekipman takası aynen. Şimdi fazla malzemeler. Bir tabancam var. Bu ne lan? Bir tane girdap sana vereyim. Bir tane pompalı vereyim sana. Tamam. Öbürküne de bir makinalı, iki makinalı veririm. Ha, bir tane girdap verdim ona daha henüz. Bu gemi. Ha, arabacı da verdim tamam. Arabacı da. Girdapın mühimmatı 6,5. Bununki kovansız fişek. Ne olur ne olmaz. 6,5 verelim. Bunu mouse'da yapacağım. Bana 150 tane yeter. Kovansızdan da. Oha dur mouse. 100 yeter. Tamam. Sen çık yukarı. Diğer eleman nerede? Hafterik elinde lazer silahıyla takılıyor. Buna da silah veriyoruz. Aa elinde senin varmış. Hem girdabın var. Vay çakal. Ne veriyormuş bu? 7,77. 11 6,5. Ama mühimmat. 6,5. Dursun mühimmat. %11 de verelim. Lazerle olmaz bu işler. Tamam. Yürü. Öbür elemana vermem lazım. Heh, orada bekliyor bak. Kapadığımdan beri.
I heard. I like to think, certainly.
Bunda hiç silah yoktu. Bir. Gel. Ne oldu elinde? 6,5 7,77. Bundan çok veremem sana. 100 verebilirim. Bundan 200 veririm. Tamam.
That was a good talk.
Silahını kullan birader.
But you all
Oba, fazla zıpladım. Fazla mühimmat varsa onları bırakayım ben. Yok ama verdim silahları değil mi? Verdim.
Come on. There are worlds to conquer.
Hey, you need something?
Good to see you.
You're looking as glorious as ever, Captain.
Setting down, everything in the green.
Hello, Captain.
Ha, oyuna mı girdin? Kızıl filo görevi çok mu uzun ya? Ona ben de gireceğim ya. Dedim hani bugün bari oynayayım diyorum Kızıl filoyu. Eğer oyun uzunluğu, yani görev uzunluğu aşırı çok uzun değilse bir oturuşta yine 200 saatte bitiyorsa güzel gider. Çünkü Kızıl filo benim de aklımda var. En sona bırakmıştım onu. Bakalım. Meraklı, o görevi de merak ediyorum yani. Eğer güzelse. Şunu bitireyim de ben de Kızıl filoya gideyim bari. Niye ölmüyor lan? Canlı tazeliyor. Oo. Oo, beni öldürdüler. Vallahi bak, beni indirdiler. Seri görev şeklinde sen 5.'ye girdin. Vay. Epey uzunmuş. Tam böyle bir oturuşta uzun uzun oynanacak gibi yani. O zaman ona mutlaka girmem lazım benim de. Suya düştü, öldü mü ya? Vallahi ölmemiş. Ana. Bug'a girdi karakter. Bu da kalsın. Silah değiştirmesi yavaş kalıyor biraz karakterin ya. Ama deneyeyim ben de onu.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Hala orada bekliyor. Vallahi orada bekliyor bu da. Bu zehirliymiş zaten. teslim edeyim de. Bunu teslim ettikten sonra devam şeye gideyim ben de. Şu kızıl filo görevlerini. Beş görev arka arkaya. Bakalım buradan hemen gidelim.
Estonia. I will be finding red dust in my clothing for days after we leave.
Miners pretty much run the lower levels here.
You look hurt.
You and me, friendo. Stick together and... Hey! I hope it will... Show me. Oh, this is better than I expected. If you ever want to do another... Hey, friendo. Yes, please. What are we waiting for then? You're not having any trouble. Take a look. Just a reminder, I also... Hey, catch you on the flip side.
I can't believe Governor Harris
Take your time.
down so soft.
Cool. That's what we do here. See you around.
Word of advice.
You want to talk to me?
think you may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally.
Sekiz ana görev. Kızıl filo. Vay. 2 saati vardır. Gibime geliyor. Değil mi? Şimdi bunun için kablo ve alüminyum kalacak. Bir de berilyum kalacak. Berilyumun neye benzediğini bir bakayım da geri kalanları atayım ben. Kablo. Bu da dursun. Berilyum benzemiyor ki. Onu nasıl almayacağım? Aradıklarım hepsi dursun. Gemide. Berilyum böyle yamuklu yumuklu çıkıntılı bir kayamış. Dur bakalım. Buluruz belki bende vardır ondan. Berilyum. Oha al. Berilyumum var artık. Tamam süper. Onu da nereye koyayım? Bunları şöyle ittireyim kenara azıcık. Çekilin lan çekilin. Sen de çekil sen de çekil. Lan çekilsene. Sen de gel. Sen de. Şöyle. Ay dur şurada. Tamam yaptım. Buradan da yeni görevler alabileceğiz. Tamam bu da böyle kalsın. Geri kalan malzemeyi
How have you been?
abla nasıl duruyorsun ayakta öyle? Size yatak da yaptım. Gidin ranzanızda yatın. Bak nerede o ranza? Bak ranzanız var artık. Artık ranzanız var. Fazla madeni gemide bırakayım ben. Lazım olacak onlar. Ya şuradaki bu değil. Heh. Hep yanlış yapıyorum. Şuna basıyoruz, şuna basıyoruz, şuna basıyoruz ha. Oğlum bunlar buna saldırmıyor. Bu niye böyle bu? Enerji yok mu lan bunda? Taretler deli gibi saldırıyor, her yere ateş ediyor. Bunun da burnu bu oynuyor. Gereken güç 38. Ha. Yok bina için mi 38 yoksa? Bir rüzgar türbünü daha üretiriz. Mesela şuraya bir tane de koyduk. Uzak. Tamam. Uzak mı kalıyor acaba? Heh. Böyle bir yakına gelsene. Nereye gel? Şunun dibine gel. Niye çalışmıyor bu? Güç yetmiyor. Çalıştırma maliyeti. Yo. Anlarız dur. Buna bakalım onda ne yazıyor. Bunun 3'ü gücü yetiyor. Bakır yetmiyorsa içeriden bakır alırız biz. Kesin bakır vardır içeride. Uranyum, plütonyum, demir, platin, uranyum, kurşun, bilmem ne. Bakır.
How are you?
How can I be of service, Captain?
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship. I was beginning to wonder if you hibernate.
Şu kızıl filo görevlerini yapayım ben de. Çok kaldılar. Sonra ana senaryodan yardıra yardıra devam edelim. Epey uzun duruyor bunlar da çünkü.
That airlock and get aboard.
Onlara bıraktım ama değecek bir görev gibi duruyor. Bitirelim, sonra ana senaryodan ilerleyeceğim.
Hello.
Uzun değil mi? Epey uzun demiştin. Bakalım ne olacak, göreceğiz. Ya yapayım bari. Tamam, New Game Plus yapacağız oyunu ama New Game Plus'ta bu arada ana görevleri geç, atla diye bir seçenek varmış. Öyle bir daha okudum birinde. Tek sıkıntılı yer diyor, gemileri yeniden ele geçir, madenleri topla. Kurmuş olduğumuz üsleri, hani binaları baştan yapması yoracak diyor ama ana görevleri komple geç deme bir seçenek diye bir seçenek varmış. Eğer doğruysa 10 numara olur yani. Şimdi başlayalım, hadi bakalım.
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance. Did you have any
Valla ben
questions
yaptım
before
da işte
I give you to
artık
the commander?
yaptığımız kadar. Ama aslında pratik oldu bak. Şimdi benim bu oyunda karakol yapıp da nasıl yapıldığını görmem pratik oldu. Bir daha sefere malzemeleri istifleyeceğim gemiye. Bir gemi bulurum. Ondan sonra giderim, çok güzel bir iki tane gezegen de araştırdım kendim. Yine böyle tavsiyelerle. 2-3 tane de yere kurarım üslerimi. Bir de mutlaka savunma sistemi kurun diyorlar. Korsanlar ya da yaratıklar saldırıyormuş. Hepsini deneyeceğim valla. Bu neymiş bakalım.
Yeah, listen to him carefully. The commander's a one and done kind of officer.
Hepsini deneyeceğim.
In other words, he hates to repeat himself. Other than that, just observe standard military decorum and it should keep you from... I'm not authorized to divulge information about this vessel. Suffice to say, it's one of the toughest ships in the UC zone. Of course, if you'd follow me. So, you're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau City. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it.
Alex Wong mu?
The Conde's on level 2.
Hell of a
Try not
firefight.
to touch
I
anything
almost
that's
regret
reaction
missing out on
towards
all the
you.
fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Yes?
Burada link kapalı ya. Discord'a falan atabilirsin ama.
I believe we have
Orada
something
sıkıntı olmaz.
important
Orada açık da burada linkler kapalı.
Ah, there you are. Commander
Ne yani
Kennedy,
en baştan beri
this is
kapatmıştım. Bir daha da uğraşmadım
glad to
hiç.
have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Duar's
Görev
offer.
verecekmiş bize. Ama link yani şeyi koymadan atabilirsin aslında. Hani başındaki W'yu kaldırıp noktayı birleştirip o şekilde atılır. Atılmaz değil yani diye tahmin ediyorum. Onu link olarak görmeyecektir. Hani mesela Twitch nokta hani oradaki noktayı kaldır o şekilde birleştir gibi. Ne diyormuş? Oradaki noktayı koyarım ben. Yeni bir görev gelecek bakalım. Tabii Twitch engeller mi onu da bilmiyorum. Ha, gizli görevle gidecekmişiz biz oraya. Bu abi bize öyle diyor. Dur bak ha, bak geldi. Bakalım bir. Bak böyle demek ki böyle oluyormuş. Tamam, süper. Twitter değil mi? Okey. Bakalım bir. Merak ettim. Bunu zaten paylaşmışlar bir yerde. Bir dakika. Heh, buldum. Tam neymiş bu? Hemen bakıyorum. GameSpot'ta da paylaşmışlar. Şimdi ne yapıyor bu? Bu üs mü kurmuş kendine böyle? Bir dakika. Bir dakika, başa alayım şu videoyu. Gemi, başka bir gemi var. Bütün yuvarlak içerisinde enerji kuleleri, depolar, depoları birbirine bağlamış. Rüzgar gülleri var. Acayip bir üretim yapıyor. Hepsinin başında bir kule var. Askeri üs gibi, yani askeri merkez gibi bir şey yapmış bu ya. Oo. Bundan daha büyüğü, daha değişiği yapılabilir bence bak. Gemisi de çok güzelmiş bu arada, kırmızı siyah olan. Vay. Bak bunu yapabildilerse bu tarz bir gemiyi, pardon bu tarz bir üs, daha şehir gibi yapılabilen bir versiyonu da olur bence. Niye olmasın değil mi? Şehir zaten bu. Aynı kişinin başka tweetleri de var. Fotoğraflar halinde olan da var. Nasıl birbirine bağladım, şehri nasıl kurdum. Şehir ya, tamam bu şehir olmuş. Ben şehir yaparız diyordum. Bildiğin şehir yapmış adam. Ana vay be. Böyle döneyim de hemen. Heh. Heh, değil mi? Aslında modlarla ne gelecek? Şimdi bu adam bu şekilde modlar olmadan bunu ekleyebildiyse, yani bir minimal bir şehir, bir kasaba yapabildiyse kendine, ekibine birilerini katıp New Game Plus tarafında neler yapılabilir? Daha hoş duvarları olan ya da hani bir kovboy kasabası gibi var. Kovboy kasabasında şey diyorlar. Dışarıdaki yaratıklardan korunmak için dışarıda bir duvar var. İçerideyiz, güvendeyiz diyor. Onun gibi bir duvar örme imkanı olsa, yaratıklar giremese içeriye. Güzel yapmışlar. Yapılır modlarla.
So, now that you're part of the team, allow me to introduce you to your new home. This is the operation center of the UC Vigilance.
Mesela şey yapmışlar. Modlarla geminin taşıyabileceği kargo kapasitesini sınırsız yapmış birisi. Sınırsız mı? 50.000'mi işte, öyle bir şeyler yapmış. Fena arttırmış.
Strange. According to your file, you've encountered them before. On Vectera specifically. They were the pirates that attacked your mining outpost. I'm surprised you don't remember. We are currently in the Sol system, in deep orbit around Phobos. As to why? Which is precisely why
tamam.
we're taking a more clandestine approach.
Modlarla geminin kargo kapasitesini 20.000 mi, 30.000 mi, artık 50.000 mi, kaç yaptılarsa onu denemişler. En son onu söyledim. Yani onu yaptılarsa çok güzel bir şehirde yaparlar bence modla. Şu kovboy kasabası gibi olan şehrin duvarları gibi bir yer yapsalar.
Let's get one thing straight right now. I don't care if you're from the Vanguard, the Navy, or the technician that's... In my eyes, your past service no longer matters. You're now an agent of...
Güzel bir görev başlıyor.
Good. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container. Aurora is a Class A controlled substance that's illegal to get caught with this stuff aboard a ship, and that's classified. Suffice to say that the smuggler who was previously holding it will be spending the rest of their life in... Well, it's the best we've got. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, that's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. Let's just say my superiors need proof that engaging the Crimson Fleet is a larger priority. If we shove enough concrete evidence under their noses, at the same time, we can use the evidence to arrest members of the Crimson Fleet. Eager to get going? Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability. Then you better learn to swim. Because you're diving... I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. I'm not about to throw away someone's... Just use your best judgment. Trust your instincts. And watch your back. I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, as an undercover operative for UC SysDev, you'll be expected to allow yourself to stray too far off the path. The Crimson Fleet doesn't follow the rules. All of their morals and social graces. At first glance, this can appear quite enticing. So to put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your prime... That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about... Now, get... That's easy to answer. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and that the... Beyond that... All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some... She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect, I'm afraid she's the... For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, you like... While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be faced with... It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the cons. Do what you have to do. Then you do what you have to do. The Crimson Fleet has the potential to kill. If it takes a few deaths to maintain your cover, then so be it. I'm not advocating violence. I'm merely urging... Look, I can see that you're struggling. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent, use your instincts. As you were.
Pardon.
All right, we don't have a lot of time. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that if you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? Well, since it isn't every day we stumble across a criminal's fully written confession, we need to build a... The more evidence we acquire, the stronger our case becomes. And knowing the Crimson Fleet, I'd scour every inch of wherever the Crimson Fleet sends you. Otherwise, you're wasting our time and risking your neck for nothing. Criminals are sloppy. Look hard enough and I'm certain you'll stumble across... Rationalize it however you like, but that evidence is critical to the success. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to... If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand. What? No. The commander and I are quite busy, so if you don't mind continuing... If you don't mind, I'd like to hurry this up. Then you'll understand why it's so important that this operation is successful. Anyway, before I let you go, there's just one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. Well, that's just it. You're not career military, are you? And speaking frankly, you're completely out of pocket during this operation. You'll be paying for your own supplies and other unexpected incidentals. So, if I were you, I'd stop at... It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande... All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a... We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, She'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed. We'll be keeping them close at hand until this operation is complete. So, we'll be holding them in the Vigilance's brig. If you're feeling particularly ruthless, you could always head down there and say hello. Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone, well, I don't think I need to tell. Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal That's a fine point, but in my defense, and honestly, there are far bigger things at stake than my personal feeling. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission.
Ha başladım. Afiyet olsun.
Talk about it some other time.
Başladım göreve ya. Ben direkt Kızıl Filo'ya gireceğiz falan sanıyordum. Meğerse ajanlık yapacakmışız. Ben o kadar bakmamıştım görevin niteliğine. Ajan olacakmışız. Ajan.
I hope you understand everything you've been. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
0 olacağız. 001 mi diyelim artık. James Bond'a döndük. Vay be. Cebimizden para harcayacağız. Her şeyi yapacağız ama güzel. Yani tam bir tur bu görev yapılır. Çok güzel duruyor. Tek başına böyle oturup da sadece bu göreve odaklanmak iyi yani. Hoşuma gitti bu görev.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Bakalım gemimin envanterine aura koymuşlar. Numune lan bu. Ha numune gemiye koymuşlar dur. Yo. Ha dur yardım malzemelerindedir değil mi o? Burada da yok. Aman bir tane numune varmış. Gideriz numuneyle. Bakalım bizi yakalayacaklar da korsanların arasına sızacağız da. Tam böyle şey yani macera filmi modunda kıvamında oynayacakmışız. Yapalım bakalım ya nasıl olacak. O ne lan? Ha savunma gemisiymiş. Adamlara bir bulaşsam var ya. Abi müsaadenle şu gemiyi bir çeker misin üstümden? Hayvan gibi gemim var. Mars'a inecekmişiz. Ha Mars'a gidiyorsun pardon. Ya şu uçma olayını biraz daha detaylı yapsalardı keşke ya. Gemiyi indirip kaldırma olayını falan çok isterdim. Bir tık daha isterdim yani öyle olmasını. Bir tık daha güzel olabilirdi o şekilde yapsalar. Hadi bakalım. Bunlar da tam çakal biliyor musun? Şu içeridekiler. Bunlar her haltı yiyorlar.
Welcome to the Sidonia Trade Authority.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Oktay. I'm busy. Oktay and Bayar. He's the head of our Sidonia branch. If you want to do some trading... And by sensitive, I'm guessing you mean something you don't want you... I can probably help you with that. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
If the Trade Authority is not interested, that says a great deal.
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I'm... You must be new at this game, love, so I'm gonna let that one. In our business, nothing gets done until money is exchanged, even if that means leaving a credit on each and every rung of the ladder as you climb your way up.
Değil mi? Uzay konusunda sen de aynı düşünüyorsun. En azından geminin uzay gezegenden çıkış inişini biz yapsaydık. Neydi o ya? Var ya öbür uzaylı oyun. Sky diye neydi dilimin ucunda işte. Onda mesela gemiyi indirip sanırım çıkarıyorduk değil mi yörüngeden? O çok güzeldi. Yani var ya 2 yıl önce çıktı 2-3 yıl önce tam olmamışı sonra güncellemelerle çok güzel yaptılar. Şimdi insan dilin ucunda kalınca böyle oluyor. No Man's Sky. Ha daha yazarken aklıma geldi. No Man's Sky tamam. Şimdi No Man's Sky gibi olsaydı değil mi? Onda galiba gezegenden çıkış, yörüngeye iniş çıkış her şeyi biz yapıyorduk. Uzay bir tık daha olsaydı. Bir de araç olmasını isterdim ben bunu.
Sure, go ahead. You shoot me and the TA will have bounty hunters on your ass before you even get back to the spaceport. Listen, love, I've heard it all. Threats bounce. You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember...
Just demand the extra credits up front next time. These games are juvenile and...
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brains.
Vay be.
Oh, and it's been a pleasure. What did you need?
İçeride neler çeviriyorlar. Bu zaten bunlar bu ticaret, Mars'taki bu ticaret filosu bilmem mesela bunlar çok tehlikeli. Bunlar her altı çeviriyorlar bu Mars'ta. Başa belalar.
Unless you're a Deimos employee. Worker satisfaction has been...
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around. Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every... Okay. Okay. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have... You're a clever one, aren't you? Let's just say I have a certain influential affiliation. Pipe down! What the hell's the matter with you? You've... Look, I don't know what that big mouth Saoirse told you, but I keep who I... Now, do you want my help move? Yeah, well, she isn't...
I see no good reason why we should have any extra dealings with the likes of you.
Lady, if you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do... Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either... What do I need to do here? Write you an instruction? You can do this loud, you can do this quiet. I don't care. I just want... Perfect.
Hadi bakalım görev ver. Yapacağım görevi. Onun borcunu ödemeyeceğim. Gideceğim. Aksiyon varsa aksiyon yaşayacağım görevlerde. Şu görevi böyle ağız tadıyla oynayalım. Eminim bu oyun böyle bir 2 sene sonra, 3 sene sonra çok güzel modlarla birlikte daha iyi oynanabilir seviyeye gelecek. Nasıl Skyrim, Fallout çok çok iyi oldu. Yani çok çok iyi derken modlarla gelişti oyun. İnsanlar yıllarca oynadı. Bunda da olacak aynısı. Zaten bu oyunun böyle bir tavan yapmasını bence Star Wars modu yapacak. Bir tık da. Çünkü çok fazla Star Wars fanı var piyasada. Ben de dahil. Düşünsene buna böyle Stormtrooper'lar, ışın kılıçları. Ben tabancayı bırakırım. Işın kılıcıyla gezerim her yerde. Ah, birini bulduk.
Greetings, my child. Very well. I would be happy to take the time to speak with another child of God.
There are other beliefs in this universe. How can you be so certain yours is the one?
That is where faith comes in. God merely points us in the right direction. Then you are already on the right path. May God's grace and bless. I help
Bu ne ya?
Community Center along with my associate, Joy.
Sana geldim böyle bir tip. Ben böyle tiplere bir anda denk geldi karşıma. Şuna bak. Papaz geldi karşımıza. Uzay papazı, Mars papazı.
Under the Sanctum Universum as we lack a true in its simplest form, Sanctum Universum believes that God has given us the ability to manipulate. As such, we accept those from all the faiths of because to truly follow the teachings of our Lord and Creator, you see, our mortal journey is still only then can we prove. We will always offer assistance to any. One is not conditional upon the other. We will happily.
İhtiyacı olan herkese yardım ederim. Mali yardım, para verin bana.
Unfortunately, that is not the sort of assistance we can deliver.
Para vermiyor oğlum. Parayı kendinize alıyorsunuz değil mi çakallar?
Happily, God is wonderful and works in mysterious ways. You may feel free to use one of the community sleep pods. We only ask that you take good care to leave it in the sleep. Of course.
Allah Allah, Allah Allah, ne tiplere geldik ya.
We will always offer assistance to anyone who needs. One is not conditional upon the other, and we will happily serve. Certainly.
Süt. Tam fotoğrafımın olduğu yerde süt ibaresi belirdi. Oh, Allah'ım ya Rabbim ya. Adam vere vere süt verdi. Bu ne? Abla mı? Kadınmış, tamam. Vatandaş. Önce abi sandım. Kusura bakma. Ne yapıyor? Ha, spor yapıyorlar. Oğlum ne biçim ortamlara geldik ya.
Great opportunity for people who don't. Hi, welcome to. I apologize if I'm a little distracted. I'm currently dealing with a little. Yep,
Yan
that's
görev.
me on the sign,
Tık
Jane.
bakalım.
I operate one of the few independent, non-franchise businesses in Sidonia. I've scrimped and saved for. Literally, when I started, it was barely a kiosk, and I was selling loose machine. And my hope one day is to keep expanding to other planets. Okay, let me just pull up my stock and
Ne satıyormuş abla? Vay, silah da satıyor. Heh. Bunları araştırıyormuşum. Onları alayım bari.
Lack of options, I suppose. I was born on Mars. I never knew my mum. My dad took good care of me, but he died when I was 14. The shop began as a way to survive, and it's been successful. You have no idea. Every time I feel like I'm... But unless you're some sort of merc, I'm not... See, I saved up to get a new ship and hire a pilot. He was supposed to help run... I can't find anyone willing to track him down.
Alayım da sonra yaparım.
I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's something simple, like... But I know there's a problem with pirates out there. This was Eric's first real piloting job, and could just be my overact. If all else fails, I'm probably going to. That ship? I bought it from a sketchy dealer, because it was all I could afford. Seemed too good to be true. So, you see the problem with contacting sister. Really? I mean, thank you. I'll try to compensate you as best I can when you bring back Eric and my ship. The last signal I got from him was out near Triton. And try to bring them both back.
Berimul başlatma durdur. Berimul görevin adı. Tamam, o dursun kenarda. Biz tamam, şundayız.
Go to Mars, they said. Pay is great, they said. So's the crippling depression.
Ablanın aynısı az önce vardı şu kısa saçlı.
Just a heads up. UC Science Division's apparently going to be coming through to sweep the Legion.
I am told that the United Colonies Marines are very well trained. I have not seen them in action. I'm curious.
Glad there ain't no wars. We still need to be prepared.
It's just harder to keep in touch with people. I haven't talked to my old friend forever. Sometimes it's just how things are.
Bir şeyler yapalım.
We'll be ready in case there's ever another colony.
The stock versions are never quite what you want, are they?
All quiet over here.
Citizens are advised to take caution near the military outposts on the city's outskirts due to frequent live fire exercises. It is also advised to use only approved ship landing pads, as the UC Marines are
Always
not
be ready for
responsible hull
anything.
damage caused by stray emissions.
Clear.
Ana görev yapayım derken her yeri geziyoruz ya. Ana görev değil, yan görev.
Something I can help? Adler camp. Yes, of course. You're right. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Well, look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now.
Clearly this man has never seen how hard I can squeeze.
Sure. I guess I could ask for some. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to.
Subterranean particle detonation imminent. Be advised to secure loose articles.
Space, you look like you need it. Bye!
In the event of unperceived tremor. Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity.
How goes?
Good for you. Am I glad I got this job instead of...
Have something for me? There, would you look at that? He going to be a problem anymore? Nice, nice. You're kind of a net. You know, if you like this kind of work, you think you can handle running? If you haven't figured that out by now, then maybe... That's what I'm talking about. All right, I'll call ahead and get the whole... Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora ship.
Hello.
Look who finally had the console. Big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. You're funny. I hate funny. Remember that. So, I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana. On board that ship, you'll find a trait. Kill Rake. If you want my advice, there's only one way to guarantee he dies. There's a lesson in this. I need you to learn. Consider it your glimpse into a possible... This job isn't about the loot, but I keep whatever worthless junk is on that ship. Just It's done. When rakes head back here when you finish.
This Neva Mora, her words are measured and carry weight. She is not to be trifled with.
Rake used to run with the fleet. Hell, I'm the one who vouched. Back then he had a different name and a different identity. He was a damn good earner. Everything was fine until he wanted out. So he ran. I've been tracking Rick for months. He changes his location and identity so often, but you know what? It's worth every damn cred. He's made me...
I was afraid of that. Look, we are not built for combat. Damn it. Okay, docking bay is open.
Like love.
Need something?
Not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and... Our cargo is valuable, but not in the way you mean. It should not be of any concern to you. Now, do you mind telling us what... You are asking me to betray my... I have heard the Crimson Fleet will do anything for some credit. It's true. I do not know. I do not know who to believe. But you would not have come all this way if you were lying. All right, I will do it. I've got no love for the fleet. And if Rake was one of them, my loyalties with him end. But if I do this, you have to
Is that all it takes for you to flip on me, Dimitri? Unbelievable.
It is either you or all of us, Austin. I'm sorry.
Cut the crap and just admit it. You're a coward. You know, I don't want all that crap about helping people and making a difference. But at the end of the day, you're no different from the fleet. When push comes to shove, you only care about yourself.
Once again, we are triumphant.
Was Austin really a member of the fleet? But he is dead. Not really. But we got along well enough. Never thought in a million years it would turn out like this. He was also one of my crew, so no, you can leave now. I think you...
This is terrible. I don't even know what to say.
What an awful situation. I don't know if I even blame Rake.
Was Austin really a member of the fleet? But he seemed so normal.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Look who it is.
Nice, clean sep there.
Damn Mercs just don't know how to take a hint. Hey, Brooke, wanna help me with some target thrusters?
We've taken out their shields. Their ramp drive.
Is that your best shot?
Enemy shields are down. The target's engines have been disabled.
Docking site complete.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Patrol. Now tell me about the Ragana. Mercenaries? Guns for hire that shoot their own parents if they were paid enough. I'll tell you, we do a hell of a lot. You know what? I have no idea, and it's frustrating the hell out of me. I suppose I could have pissed off someone I screwed over in the past, but there's been so many, I've lost count. Huh. No kidding. That'll make Del... I would have preferred if you hadn't left witness. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson? Hope this business with rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick... If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an ass... You better stow that crap. Now that you know the deal, I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Head out there as soon as you can.
Joining the Crimson Fleet is hardly a cause for celebration. But you have your reasons. So for now, I will allow it.
Industry and the military. The true backbone of the United Colonies, no matter how they attempt to shape their image.
Hey, what can I do? We're asking everyone to take care of any leeches on their ships. Sure, have at it. You were able to land it. Okay, no problem. Okay, sure. Sure, have at it. I'm sure you can find some.
soon. Could we talk?
Nice clean dock, Captain.
Commander Ikonde wants to see you.
Greetings, Captain.
I had a friend on the Regana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
I have been thinking about what we talked about before. We spoke of the difference between having a purpose, but thinking more. Perhaps I have been arrogant. I have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have always believed the decisions I made were necessary. I have sacrificed much to be where. Thank you. I have always believed, no, hoped that is true. I have told you that I am not one to discuss my past. And yet, no, that is not what I am trying to say. I promised to provide for my family. That meant working with smugglers to procure supplies we could not acquire any other way. I have spent my adult life away from my home, jumping from one planet to the next, living in dangerous conditions, often surrounded by violence. This is true, but I have only experienced my own. I was convinced from the beginning that it was unwise to let anyone get too close. I had, maybe not quite friends, but people I cared about. Yet there was always a distance I could not reach across. I often find other people complicated and confusing. It seemed easier to not become attached, especially when circumstances meant I might never see them again, with no warning. Until now, I have disagreed strongly with that idea. But therein lies my concern. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether it has been the right decision to distance myself from others. I appreciate that more than you know.
Most of our operations team graduated top of their class at the academy.
We received word you boarded the Ragana. I don't care if Rake was with the fleet. The pilot and his crew were not. What you did was uncalled. Physically, I'm sure they'll be fine. They're long haulers, not soldiers, and they were forced to watch one. You and I both know that seeing someone die firsthand. I've already set up counseling support for the crew, should they feel the need. You coerced the pilot into taking a crew member's life. He had no choice but to comply. You cannot simply pass off the burden of the job whenever it suits you. The Crimson Fleet is motivated purely by material wealth. Bloodshed is typical. I believe you're fully capable of avoiding the need to take a life. But hearing and comprehending are two different things. Now I want to make this crystal clear. You do what you can to stay. Do something like this again, and you're... But for now, we... Then it worked. You're in. As distasteful as your methods were, at least you managed to complete the job. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on TÜRKÇE was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet. The woman has a record that could stretch across Sol and back. She started young as one of Neo. She's a force to be reckoned with. So... Yes, you passed your first test. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing. Just remember, these are...
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution.
So what's next for you on Neva's? The Vigilance is equipped with one of the most advanced intelligence suites. You can rest assured, if the Crimson Fleet had any access to our whereabouts, well, as long as you're here, you're identified.
İçimize sızamazlar diyor ama bak inandırıcı gelmiyor. Bunların içine sızmış olan vardır bir düşman ya. İnandırıcı gelmiyor.
Excellent. If you're heading to the key, I assume you'll be
Böyle
meeting.
değil.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with... You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet.
What is there to know? He is pirate scum, like all of them.
Exactly. The Crimson Fleet is not a monolith. Any information you have on its members can only help. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineer. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding you. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports.
Acknowledged. Duck where you like.
And we're locked in.
You cut. Now get out of my face. You said... Take was... 10K. But it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30.
Please disregard my attempted and informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new roof.
Hey, steal from me and get caught. Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long? Forget how to grab you? Please. It'd be one less sloppy rook who... The last thing I need is another Austin rate getting... You want to leave the fleet? You... Fair enough. Glad to see you showing some back. Just be careful that you can back up that attitude before you square off with... But, all that aside, you made it. So now, pencils ready? This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the key. Used to be an old... Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we... Sure did. Right out from under their noses. Way before you... Don't worry. Delgado... You think? And that's only part of it. I'll let Delgado fill you in on the whole story. He tells it better anyway. But I can give you the short version while we walk the station.
It must be very embarrassing for the UC to be in this situation.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the key. All right. History time. So, the key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, lock, key. Cute, huh? Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember, on the key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nav. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us. So anyway, we were talking about the Lock. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the key.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva.
I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa, whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated
Daha çok başındayız ya gibi. Tur attırıyor bana. Gemi turu. Böyle gezme, dolaşma. Dükkanlar. Kaçak mallar bulmuştum. Kaçak malları buraya satabilirim galiba. Onu fark ettim. Giderim. Üstümde bir sürü kaçak mal var. Bakamıyorum gezegenlere. Görev bitmeden buraya satarım aslında onları. İyi fikir olur. Bu satıcıları da gezeceğim. Güzel cihazlar bulabilirim belki bunlardan.
The hard way. Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss.
Don't even try to rip me off.
Got Bradley from the trade
value when
authority.
I see it.
I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station, the Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit, given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Rape? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering. I see the bomb as a symbol of my importance, and it's a constant reminder to everyone of the sacrifice I was willing to make. The freedom I've given up, the pain.
He is right. The pain he endures.
Glad you approve. Obviously, but since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain, should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a more. For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind and a certain. Essentially, but I sleep soundly knowing I'm one of the few that can piss Delgado. Should I die, all of my knowledge, the accounts, the credits, it would be a mess. He holds the trigger, But we all know that my death... Whew, that's a relief. And here... Get with it, Rook. The only sacrifice you're going to be now, let me get you set up. A moment while, thanks to advanced modifications even Eugen would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done. All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us. None. Other than my chest and arm. Is the interview over? The perfect segue into... Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these... Oh, you know. Smuggling, piracy, taking things that aren't yours. Nothing that should keep... If Neva's chosen wisely. Now, I believe they're covered. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should...
Have my attention.
Tick-tock. Alright, listen up. Very. You'll get a location with the target. We don't care how you get it. You get caught. I'm constantly scanning for valuable shipments. You'll be given a target ship transport in the system to track them down. Just be sure you have the cargo space. We have contacts throughout the settled systems that require shipments. Smuggling requires a bit of subterfuge if you want to make that delivery without getting caught. You don't know? Well, shielded cargo space is It's made to fool the UC and Freestar Ranger scanners. Speak to Jazz about that. Good, because if you need credits, you know where to find me.
I like my weapons like I like my coffee.
I hope you came with I sell a little bit of everything, but only if it's hard. Neuroamps, a few unique resources, anything that's rare and in high. I was raised fleet. My mama joined up when I was 12. We'd always lived comfortably, but she took the offer to join when a job. She figured if anything ever happened to her, it'd guarantee. Hell no. The two things I don't want in this life? A real boss. Del lets me do what I want to here, as long as he knows I'm loyal. I sell what I want, I work when I want, I do what I want. Not quite. I still lost... She could have surrendered, but she'd rather die than... I've come to respect her decision to go down fighting. Always a pleasure.
I hope you've brought me something interesting. What'll it be, friend? Buying? Oh, but the Crimson Fleet is. The trade business on the Key is like no other. It's the sole Not everyone thinks so. There are a few, Neva included. Regardless, as long as the fleet has goods to push, the trade authority... I was hoping you'd say. Let's just say I've done my fair share. With the credits I amassed, I gave the Trade Authority a sizable donation. So, here I am. I left a similar lifestyle behind when I joined the Trade. A lot of the rooks here see freedom and lawlessness, but that's only if you do. True freedom is not having a bounty on your head with every cop. You find anything of value, bring it here first.
That last job didn't pan out. I need something
All right,
bigger.
make it quick. This better be worth. You know my sister. And you're You either somehow won her approval. Best not to think about it too much. I don't do small talk. You want to do business? We'll do business. You want to chat? Go see Bog. It's a general store, which means I sell general goods. Raw materials, blueprints. They're done here? Great.
Weapons for all occasions. Well, well. Neva's new hotshot. Everyone up. Hey, if you want to pour credit... I carry most of the standard hardware, you know. Occasionally, I stock a few... Just don't screw me over or I'll be... Not being into... A little advice, Sadiqi? The fleet. You bleed for the fleet. Anyone who says otherwise is either lying or getting... Please, I don't need... All I care about is separating you... If your credits are... I'd argue Bog's got me beat as far as customer base goes. A good gun's what makes all the difference out there. Need more weapons or ammo? Come see me.
Yes? A good team always shares... Ah, Yes, we are done.
See anything you'll... If it's hard to find, don't miss me too much.
Still have nightmares about that job in Cheyenne. Was worth it.
Now you buy from me? No price. The right gear will be the difference between life. Well, only the best tactical gear to protect your... Metal plated for when you're up against bullets. Leathered. All made by yours truly, of course. Except for a... What, me? Nah, not anymore. When it comes to aim, there ain't... I mean, my friends like to say I'd have better luck talking someone to death. Yep. My talents are best suited for making protective gear. Helmets, vests... See ya.
Need something?
So, looks like we got it. Once again, I'm Jazz. Like Neva said, you need ship parts, repairs? I'll hook you. Neva's mine, so don't be getting any ideas. She may be a little rough around the edges, but she's just... There's no one better to have your back. Neva's the only one who calls me that. To you and everyone else, it's just plain old Jack. Oh, it did when I first got here. Today, the key's about as safe as any other UC station. I can guarantee your ship will be in good hands. So if you're looking for an up, we got the best selection in the settled systems. Illegal, unread... Anything that keeps the UC and... Just let me know when you want to talk business. I don't mind helping, but... I've got plenty. You've got stuff to smuggle. I'm serious enough that you don't have a chance in hell. Neva's got a fire in her. The kind you only see in... She doesn't half-ass a damn thing, and I... Truth is, the fleet... Of course, I wouldn't have needed rescuing if they hadn't blown up the ship. Delgado plucked me out of space. I took one look at the place and was compelled to work. Soon after... Sure, it's not... I bet you would.
their new recruit. So, now that we are all here, the two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet. You'd better not disappoint, or you'll find yourself answering to me, personally. All right, let's get started here. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before... Of course we have rules. If you think the Crimson Fleet was built on a lawless dream, our influence, our money, our respect comes from... That is why you need to learn... Boss. Good. You're getting it already.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis. Since you two seem so eager to move forward, let's get to your next job. Pack your cold weather gear, Rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarol for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead Rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Crix's legacy is no story, Neva. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're right, Dale. That new code we grabbed for the lot cost us a ton of credits. And a decent captain.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. On Suvorov with Jasper Crix. Crix led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it. What? Were you expecting a goddamn graduation ceremony? Make no mistake. You are being tested all... And Neva? Oh, she's just waiting for you. Through a bit of luck and a hell of a lot of cash, Neva was able to get her hand. This will be the first time someone from the Crimson Fleet has set foot in there for... It has been frustrating, being this close to potential... Of course. Where else could I find such a perfect location? Before Crix left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet to be a big player in the settled systems. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it Crix's legacy. And everyone who's tried to find it has wound up empty-handed, missing, or dead. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead. And I would wager we will find one on Suvorov.
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is based on a handful of words on a very old slate. Crix left a lot of big talk on that recording, and not a lot of facts. Some of us believe in it more than others.
Don't listen to her. When we get our hands on Crix's legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. We will become more than a match for UC Systef. Listen to the words that I am saying. You will find that out in due time, provided you're willing.
Strange words coming from a pirate. You steal what is not yours because it is easy, no?
You forget the UC is still licking its wounds from the colony wars. They don't have the capability. And if they were foolish enough to attack, we would have the manpower to push those pins. Exactly. Now you're beginning to understand. Okay, enough discussion. We have got a lot of work to do. To that end, the next stop is the lock. I've had Jazz feed the coordinates into your ship's computer. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook. Don't keep me waiting. Yeah, what is it? There is no deal. You and Mathis are two sides of the same coin. A couple of rooks fighting for a spot in the fleet. Only problem is that he is down a ship. Who knows? Maybe he'll get lucky and you won't make it off Suvorov in one piece. It's cold. Bitter cold. Just about the last place you would want to find yourself without heat. The few living things that can survive the extreme... The Crimson Fleet called Suvorov, the White. Someone up here pisses me off enough, I send them down to the surface for... The UC built the Lock as a supermax prison a little under... Well, it must have been at least 100 years ago. Before that, those concha de sus madres marooned prisoners on the planet's surface. So you can imagine, these turned into some kind of demented survival. Luckily, some whistleblowers back in New Atlantis saw this as cruel and unusual punishment and pressured the... 5 years after the prison was completed, Crix touched off the riots. Nobody knows exactly what went down. I mean, there's all sorts of rumors. Crix was in prison for almost 5 years, and judging from the look of the facility, I suppose he just got fed up and decided to take matters into his own hands. Got the prisoners behind him and kept the cojones on that guy. UC's toughest supermax prison, and he just waltzed. Fine, then get moving.
Always listen to Delgado.
It's good to be back in our own ship. Did you need something? I am always... Until next time. Need my help?
Landing site locked. Take us in.
Hey, Captain.
About time you got here.
I told you you were wasting your time, Del.
I'm not taking anyone's side at anything. All I am doing is watching the both of you. That is why we're here. And Mathis, I am running things around here, so keep your mouth...
Fine.
All right, listen up, because I am only going to go through this one. We are here to dig up any info about Grix's legacy. Whatever you pick up, don't think, don't get... Oh, I don't know. I was really hoping for a huge... Do I have to spell everything out? Look for data slates, notes, term... Before he touched off the riots, Crick spent time behind bars at the lock. Before he touched off the riots, Crick spent time behind... If he cooked up any sort of a plan about his leg... If that was supposed to be a joke...
Don't worry about laughing, Delgado. It'll be a goddamn laugh riot when I split open his head with a crowbar.
All right, that's enough. If either of you want to fly with the Crimson Fleet, when you're on a job, if that doesn't work for you, just say so, and I will leave you on this ice ball without...
Yeah. Smartest thing you've said all day.
If I hear one more thing from either of you about getting paid for this... Oh, and there's one. Your little friend can tag along until we get to the outer doors of the prison, but I will be damned...
Fine, go on. Leave me. Just be sure and thaw me out when you return.
We have a lot of ground to cover between the landing area and the lock, so let's get moving.
Ah, hello. Do not have all the fun without me.
We're not even inside, and a little late to be asking now. Here we are. The place where Jasper Griggs laid the groundwork for finding the legacy.
Yeah? Oh, good. I don't want the place collapsing on us.
I've been down here several times in the last few years. As long as... All right, let's keep moving. Lost a small fortune. Let's hope it pays off. We are in. First time I've been inside this part of the lock, so keep your eyes open. See anything unusual? Call it out. If it's hostile, take it. A couple of friends at least. Now you know why the prisoners got fed up. Wait, shut up a second. Did you hear that?
Huh? Let's get out of here!
Must be a nest.
Yeah, and their buddies probably heard us firing from about a kilometer away. If we weren't on this job with Delgado, I'd drop you first.
Enough already. I should have... Now let's see. Looks like we are inside some sort of prisoner. Since you are such good friends, why don't you and Mathis head up to that...
Ice and rock must be several meters thick. God damn it, we're cut off. This is just great. Whew. Now that I think about it, we used this opportunity to take out Delgado, and at the same... We bide our time. And when the moment's right, we hit even the almighty Delgado. Yeah, we're doing it. Or maybe we should wait until the next time we're on an alien world. Oh, come on. We're just a couple of Let's pretend for a second Delgado's correct. Once we get rid of him, we'll dig up the garbage. Pfft, hell no. Come on, we both know anything. If Neva wants to spend the rest of her life chasing ghosts, let her. No way. We're going to be handing Neva leadership of the Crimson Fleet on a platter. I mean, come on. I'll bet you a month's share that he's... Are you crazy? I'm no rat for Delgado. And in case you missed it, that icefall trapped both of us in here. Oh, fine. You know, for a second there, I was almost starting. Now, let's find a way out. I guess that's one way through. Can't believe this is where the fleet started. It's history, man. Blows me mind. They aren't paying us enough to be poking through this scrap heap.
Görevde mi takıldın? Mi, bug'a mı girdi oyun yoksa? Yeni gördüm de kusura bakma. Bug mı çıktı oyunda? Ya bizim arkadaş da oynuyor, bazen bug'a giriyor diyor. Çift sevle falan gidiyor. Hatta 2-3 kere falan sev alıyor. Ben de aynı olayı yapıyorum. Olabildiğince oyun içinde 2 ya da 3 sevle gidiyorum. Bazen hata veriyor sev. Geçmiş sevleri hemen silmiyorum. Bakalım eğer takılma yap. Çünkü başka görevlerde takılanlar olduğunu okumuştum oyunda. Bu görev değil de, bunda değil de. Ha, karar verirken. Tamam. Tamam benden izlersin o zaman. Tamam. Ya bunda çok değişik kararlar var. Onu biliyorum. Demişlerdi dikkatli olmak gerekiyor diye. Bu görevde. Ne kadar doğru bilmiyorum. Üstünde ne kadar eşya var? Olmak üzere. Ha, verdiğin bir karardan dolayı olay değişti diyorsun. Göreceğiz bakalım. Karar öncesi sev almak gerekiyor o zaman. Almış mıydı önce? Otomatik sev falan almış mıydı oyun? Bir tık geri gitsen o görevden. Hani bir tık geri gidip baktın mı o save'le? Allah Delgado beklesin, ben burada iş yapıyorum.
Obviously been cut off, so I need you to do two things. First, I want you to keep looking for a way to open, and second, try and dig up whatever you can about... Dios mío. Do I have to... You are standing in the control room for this part of the facility. I'll make it easy for you. If you find anything that says, this really isn't that... Yeah? You'd better. And tell Mathis not to get any bright ideas, or I will gut him.
Remind me to take my next vacation somewhere a wee bit more comfortable, like a desert planet.
Bakalım neler olacak.
Attention. Lockdown mode has been rescinded.
Açana kadar oho.
What I wouldn't give for a space heater and a hot cup of bogs right now. What's that over there? Looks like there's a guard tower overlooking the cell block. We should check it out.
Güzelmiş ortam ha. Alien filmleri gibi bir atmosfer var. Sevdim buraları. Bir görev daha öyleydi ya. Alien filminden fırlamış gibiydi. Bunu da alalım. Bu atmosferi ben sevdim ya oyunun. Vallahi güzel yapmışlar. Hiç de fena değil yani. Ah, bunda mühimmat yenice tuttu. İyi bu. Pek güzel vuruyor. Sandık.
Wait, I hear something. Nah, there's nothing around.
Açalım bakalım sandığı. Çok bir şey vermiyor ama. İşte bu mahkum odalarını mı açacağım ben ya? Bunu açarım, acemiymiş, uğraşamayacağım diğerleriyle. Ne yapayım lan ben bunları? Ne gereksiz malzeme lan. Oho, bunların kilitlerine mi uğraşacağım bir de ben?
I'll show you what the Crimson Fleet's made of!
So, have you changed your mind yet? Don't act stupid. I'm talking about off and Delgado. Yeah, right. You saw it back there. Those things, whatever they were, they've probably... And if they haven't, we can still handle the job. You didn't see. Those aliens were tearing through them like tissue paper. Saved us a hell of a... Of all the people to get trapped here with, why? Fine, have it your way. So, now that we've made it to the keep doing what we've been doing. Right. Glad I asked. I suppose we should start off by if he stashed any useful information.
Sakallı herif çok konuşuyor. Acaba bunu öldürsek mi ya önceden? Öyle bir hak tanıyor mu oyun bize? Öyle bir şey tanıyorsa bize oyun, ben bunu öldürür geçerim. Bir dakika ya, bir sev alayım bakalım ne yapacak. Yan bakalım, ateş etmeyin şunu. Tamam, şu anda bir sev aldım. Ölmüyormuş. İyileştir varmış. Abi bir işime yaramıyor ki benim bu. Tamam, boşu boşuna ateş ettim herif. Adam çünkü işimizi bozacak. İkide bir yamuk yapıyor. Bari vurayım da abi yaratıklar yedi falan derim yani. Hani yaratıklar yedi falan diye sallar geçerim. En azından. Ha, şimdi zararı yok mu? Konuşsun mu? Tamam o zaman. Çünkü çok konuştu. Şöyle bir kafasına bir sıkıp geçesim var da. Evet, tam yani şey modunda. Sık kafasına geç. Abi yaratıklar yedi ya. İsteyerek olmadı vallahi bak ha. Kurtaramadık kardeşimizi falan moduna bağlamak gerekiyor gibi. Nereden gidiliyor şimdi şunun alt katına? Gel birader. Buradan girilmiyor. Buradan geldik. Buradan geldik. Heh. Hah, bulduk. Yok. Hah, bulduk. Bilgisayar gerekli diyor. Onun düğmesine basmadın mı? Allah Allah. Burada bir düğme oluyordu değil mi? O düğmelerden birine basacağız. Nerede bunun düğmesi? Katın düğmesi. Böyle bir düğme vardı dışarılarda. Şu galiba. Oldu. Birader yol ver. Oha, Zula'ya bak. Tüfekte hiç ihtiyacım yok ha. Alalım da çok malzeme doldu elimizde. Oha bu ne? Buralara bir şey saklamış herif. Dur. Fazla malı bırakacağız. İki tane kesiciye ne ihtiyaç var? Gerek yok. Bunu bırak. Heh, ucu ucuna kurtardık, tamam. Sonra alırım, atarım bir şeyler. Abi tepsi bulduk ya. Tepsi de ne olabilir?
Look at this dump.
Hı.
I can't imagine being stuffed down here to rot. Poor bastards.
Nerede buraları kesiyorlar falan. Abi sen yol ver, yol ver. Her yere girme. Harbi çok ilginç. Bilgi var diyor burada. Yerde mi? Nerede? Arkadaşım seni hipnoz edebiliyor muyuz? Edemiyoruz değil mi?
While we're picking through the trash, we might as well grab some good stuff for ourselves.
Ha, lambayı kullan. Tamam. Aha. Buldum. Lambayı zaten mantıklı.
Right behind the walls. Ugh.
This is exactly the score I've been waiting to find. I need to contact Carter to let him know it's time to get off this rock. He'll have the mining details slipped into the utility closet in the ventilation room. That's where we'll dig. Not up, but through. Right to the armory. Carter mentioned that security keeps rotating codes on all the terminals in the lock.
If we get out of here, remind me to thank Delgado for hanging us out to dry.
For now, we'll continue using his locker in the showers area as a drop point for the code to the utility closet. By this time next month, I should be out of this dump and uploading those creds into my account.
Delgado was right. Cricks must have hit the Galbank transport and stashed away the money or something.
Zaten ben daha önce buradan geçmiştim. Niye zıplama özelliği var abi bende? Burayı, bu özelliği iyi şey oldu arkadaki. Aha, bir şey var lan. Oğlum ateş etsene lan yaratıkları. Allah.
Was this an armory? Looks like they cleared this place out. Well, well, what do we have here? Give me a sec. This ought to come in handy.
Oha. Oğlum bu adam beni bile indirir bu silahla vallahi. Yuh. Bana bak hepsinin üstüne aldı. Ağırlığımız oldu. Bir şeyler bırakacağız. Tam Alien filmi gibi geziyoruz etrafta. Mühimmatları alayım da ortalık belli ki karışacak. Tabii o kadar aksiyonun içinde bir otur bir dinlen 5 dakika değil mi? Yani oturup kalkma animasyonunu bile bu kadar zaman kaybı olarak yapmasanız altı üstü otur animasyonu. Şimdi burada silah bırakacağız. Keleşi aldım vallahi. Bunu bırak. Bunu bırak. Bunlar kalsın. Tamam, bir şeye gerek kalmadı. Bunları satarım. Ben de ağır silahımı alayım da. Aha, sende varsa bende de var. Bir şeyler buldum. Bunları satarız belki. Dur bakayım. Belki satarız.
Looks like this was the warden's office. They built the office right next to
I
the
hope you
shuttle
found
bay.
something because I am
For
getting...
escapes, I bet. Smart.
I'm the only one left. Damn great, but finding the legacy. I don't know. Looks like some kind of a secure... I knew it! Everyone said I was out of my mind, but something told...
Hey, what the hell? This is bullshit.
That Mathis? Tell him to shut up. I will deal with him later.
Whatever.
Okay. Now all we have to do is find a way off of this planet. I'm looking at schematics for the lock. But I can open the outer doors to the shuttle bay and let you fly one of the shuttles down there. Don't worry about your ship. I will send some people down to get it. According to the schematics, there is an emergency evacuation. Then it's just a quick run across the ice to my ship. Yeah, sure, and I wish gold coins was... Now, if wishing time is over, maybe you'd be kind enough... Okay, let me see. Shuttle bay activated. Initiate. Yup, that's got it. I take it you have done a hell of a job, Rook.
Why the hell did you lie to Delgado about me? You didn't... Hey, come on. I was just looking out for both of us. I could have cut you out of the deal. Look, about all that killing Delgado stuff. Yeah, of course. Now, let's get that.
Stay in orbit or jump. Your call. Airlock integrity looks good.
Bugünlük bu kadar yeter diyeyim ben.
Immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
İlerleyeceğim gibi şeydi ama elimdekileri satmam lazım. Görevimiz neymiş? Delgado'yla konuş falan zaten. Bir sürü malzeme var. Bunların bir kısmını gemiye bırakacağım. Bir kısmını satacağım. Güzel şeyler edindik ama bu korsancılık görevi güzel gidiyor. Beğendim. Bakalım daha o görevin başında gibiyiz. Göreceğiz. Ha. Sen de mi kaçıyorsun? Teşekkür ederim, sağ olasın. Ya vallahi eğer bir önceki seve dönüp de düzelttiysen çok güzel. O dediğin karar hikayeyi çok etkiliyorsa, ben de 3 seçenekli bir karar diyorsan sev alarak giderim ben de büyük ihtimalle o noktada. Çünkü ne olacağı belli değil. Yani çünkü güzel oyun. Farklı farklı kararlar alıyorsun. Hani öbür kaptan öldürme diyor birini. Biz birini indirmemiz gerekti mesela. Ama güzel hikaye. Güzel güzel. Neyse sağlık olsun. Ben müsaade isteyeyim. Bu hikaye üzerinden devam ediyor olacağım. Sonrasında ana hikayeden devam edeceğim. Ama şimdilik hani bugünlük bu kadar. Hadi tekrardan görüşmek üzere.